Perfect. Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to this Wellness Wednesday. It's going to be a good day. But if you're watching this right now, that means that you've probably heard about these skinny drops, or maybe you're using them, whether you're watching live or on replay. Tonight is going to be a fun night because we have the honor of getting the inside information from an expert, a coach, somebody that not just talks the talk, but she truly walks the walk. But tonight, we're going to get coached and learning from Angel Whitmire, a holistic health coach, all about wellness, all about prevention, all about these drops and these products and how they can help you not just be able to lose weight and do things like in a quick fashion necessarily, but also why it's important on the front end as well too. And it's super important. But who here has ever heard of this saying that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I hope this hasn't happened to you, but if you or someone you know has had the unfortunate circumstance of having some type of medical situation happen, you know how costly that ends up being, right? Hospital bills are literally one of the top reasons for bankruptcy, unfortunately. I mean, for me, recently, I just had apparently, I have gum disease and I had to go do some gum procedures and dental procedures. I'm like, this stuff costs a lot of money. And thank God I had some insurance, but like one procedure was like $50,000. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. And that's just for teeth, let alone so many other things. And most of this can be prevented and managed as well too. And that's why I want to bring up Angel with us today. So if you don't know me, my name is James Zheng. I've been dealing with these body balancing drops for the last 13 years. I stumbled upon them and I was a open-minded skeptic, tried them, and it scammed me out of 25 pounds in 40 days. It worked. And I felt amazing. And it then dove me into understanding how hormones worked. And we've helped thousands of people now around the world balance their bodies, get well. And still to this day, we just hear miracle story after miracle story of transformation from big to small. And I think that's going to be our main message today because it's not just about the scale. It's not just about these huge outward transformations that happen all the time. There's also big value in doing things to make sure you're protected on the front end as well. But I'm going to bring up our amazing guest and co-host for tonight. Angel, how are you, sister?
I'm so good. I feel so honored to be here. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you. So, Angel, like I was just mentioning before we went live, I'm really excited because we've now known each other for it feels like years, but it's only been months. And if you
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to meet Angel yet, she's incredible. But one thing we've never really spoken about is your expertise, which is that you are an actual certified holistic health coach. So today I want to hear all about that. But if you don't mind, like Angel, were you always like a health fanatic, or how did that health journey happen for you?
It's quite interesting because I would say it was planted when I was 15 years old. I just out of the blue was paralyzed from the waist down. Like I just started to have some back pain, had to go to the emergency room. They then came and told my mom, well, we have good news and bad news. The good news is, well, the bad news is we know what it is, or the good news is we know what it is. The bad news is we're not sure she'll ever walk again. And so at 15 years old in cheerleading, track star, like athlete, that like definitely is detrimental, right? It just knocks you to your knees. And I never knew if I would ever walk again. It was called transverse myelitis. It was a vaccine injury. And by the grace of God, I am walking again. It took me a few months in the hospital and learning how to walk again and all the things, but it came with a lot of residual effects as well. I have a lot of leg issues, bladder issues. So I'd say about 80% back to full capacity, but I can walk. So thank you, God. But that's kind of what planted it for me from the very beginning, as at 15. And then really saying, okay, God gave me this chance back to walk. And now it's like, what do I do with that? Like, how do I stay healthy? I'm the lucky one, right? And so that's kind of what planted it. Then fast forward to when I was about 28 years old, I decided to get into fitness competitions. A friend of mine was like, well, you're into health and wellness and you love fitness. I started at the age of 18 at the YMCA teaching step aerobics. And so fitness has always kind of been a part of my life. And she was like, I think you should totally start competing. And I was like, really? Could I do that? She's like, yes. And so I started competing at the national level in bodybuilding, well, fitness and bikini. And I loved it. I fell in love with it because it showed myself not only that if I had a goal, I could achieve it. And, I put in the work and the due diligence, and I was consistent and the discipline, right? And so I started competing. But what I didn't understand was at that time, when they say to eat clean, eating chicken and broccoli and asparagus and fish, and they're like, oh, have everything, anything sugar free. So I was drinking Diet Coke, like sugar free everything, gum, like all these things. And, years of competing, it really took a toll on my body. And that's when I started really like going down the line of like, what am I doing to my body? Because after I stopped competing, my body basically gave up on itself. I had adrenal fatigue. My hormones were all out of whack. They wanted me to be on identical hormones, and I was like, no. Like, I wanted to figure out what was going on inside my body because I thought I was eating clean, right? And so it launched me into this whole rabbit hole of really wanting to heal my body from the inside out on my own. And so I signed up for the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I got my certification as a holistic health coach. And oh my gosh, let me just tell you, it opened my eyes to what truly is in our food, what truly is in our air, and how stress affects everything, how your sleep affects everything. It's not just a one thing, it's everything. And so that's what really launched me on that journey of holistic health and healing.
Wow, wow, wow. First of all, is anyone mind blown of what you just heard right there? So much life happened in such a bit because at first glance, like Andrew, you look like the fittest person ever. You look super healthy. You take care of yourself. And I think I people would think like, "Oh, that's just how she is. Like there's no story. But to hear that you went through paralysis and almost lost the ability to walk, like this just goes to show for all of us, we never know someone's story. Seriously, we would never have guessed that. But at the same time, also there's another thing one of my mentors taught me, which is that skinny people fall over and die every single day. It's
Mhm.
not just about how we look, which is, and I get it. Like, I was trying to go into physique type of places, well, too. And the things they tell you to do destroy your body. And then
Yeah.
you're like, man, what's going on here? But I'm just so proud of you that you turned your test into a testimony. Now you're using that experience to be able to help other people never need to go down that route as well, too. That's huge. Okay. So
Thank you.
holistic health. Absolutely. So describe holistic health. What does that mean?
It's just trying to go back to nature, right? And trying to I always get weirded out by when people say heal your body, right? But you truly are. You really truly can when you go back to nature. And I would say homeopathic is like going back to what God intended us to use first. Then, if we needed to use traditional medicine, right? So I'm always going to go to what's natural first. And then, if I have to, obviously, medicine's there for a reason. So it's not like I don't use that, but I go to what's more holistic first, what's natural first.
Makes sense. That seems like it would be common sense things, but
I
common
know.
sense things aren't so common, right?
Yeah.
But that's important. Like, go for that first step therapy, as Dr. Strand talks about. Go for that first preventative place. So, when you got introduced to these drops, then coming from a holistic healing standpoint, like, what was it about these drops that really fascinated you?
What fascinated me is because I've been there. I've been in a place where my hormones were all out of balance and it caused so many issues. I had labored breathing, I had gained weight, I had low thyroid, I had low progesterone. Like it created so many different things inside my body, anxiety that I was like, oh my gosh, these could be the help for someone that doesn't really even truly understand that when your hormones are out of balance, it causes all these other things, right? And so for me, it was more about like, oh my gosh, this is a natural, holistic way that I can truly help people that don't have to get on hormone replacement therapy. Let's try this first, right? It's homeopathic, it's natural, there's no contraindications, there's no toxins in it, like stimulant free. So I got excited about that because if I would have had that like 10 years ago when I was going through that, it would have been like a game changer.
That's huge. An option that looked like it would work. And what have you seen so far, whether it's you or the clients you're working with? Like, what have those results been?
For me, it's because it's out there viral as skinny drops. I don't like saying that. I like saying body balancing drops because people already have an expectation when they start taking it, they're going to lose weight right away. We don't know that. I don't know what's going on inside your body, right? So it may be going into the root cause because when you're doing homeopathic, it addresses symptoms in individual sensitivity and it locates and heals the root cause. Okay. So whatever is going on in your body, it's going to heal that root cause. Now, could that be sleep? Could that be stress? Could that be tumor? I don't know. I don't know what's gone inside your bodies, but I think so many people get fixated on the weight loss, right? But for me, it's prevention because I could have prevented the anxiety, the weight gain, the, thyroid dysfunction if I would have been balancing my hormones properly, right? And so this has zero side effects, zero toxicity. And so for me, it's about prevention, not so much just weight loss. And I think so many people get fixated, like, I want to lose weight. Hey, I get it. And I'm here for you. And I'm going to cheer you on and help you on that journey. But just know that there's so much more involved with these drops than just weight loss, because once you get your hormones balanced, that's a side effect is weight loss if you have weight to lose. But the most
Mm.
important thing for me and for people I want to really express is this is preventing so much more. Can I just read something to you?
Yes.
I don't know if anyone on here has really read what the homeopathic ingredients actually do. Like every single homeopathic ingredient in these drops. Let me just read a list to you. So in the first set of drops, headaches, anxiety, controls cravings, digestion, thyroid help, helps with your skin, restores tissue in your body, helps with pain, healing after surgery, depression, muscular weakness, fatigue, nerve function, suffering from numbness of limbs, hands, fingertips, and legs. Guys, I have
Wow.
goosebumps right now. Like, if you're not on these drops and you're thinking like just for weight loss, think again. Like, this is amazing. Like, when I read all of that of like what these ingredients actually help with, I'm like, I'll be on these for life. Like, number one, numbness in my legs. Yes, I have that. Right.
Mm.
And so just think about those things when you're taking these drops. So the second set of drops, okay, so the accelerate, stress reliever, cognitive function, memory, energy, sleep, brain function, exercise performance, manages diabetes, skin, hair, eyes, and anti-inflammatory. I mean, why would you not want to be on these? Don't think about the weight loss. Think about all this stuff that it's truly helping and preventing, because if you take this, it will help with preventing those things that actually you might be experiencing already that you don't even know. But this is going to
Wow.
really help in the long term, because for me, I don't know about you, I want to live until I'm 100 and I don't want
Wow.
to have cancer. I don't want to have Alzheimer's. I don't want to have dementia. And if you have that on here, I am so sorry that you've ever had to experience that or you're going through that. But my goal in life is to truly help people prevent stuff, because you never know what's going to happen in life. Like for me at age 15, I had no idea I was going to be paralyzed with not ever walk again. For me, I'm just like, I'm all about prevention. I want to be the best, healthiest person I can be.
So love that. Hey, put a one in the comments if you wanted any of the benefits that Angel just listed right there. If you have access to our boards, we have like a ingredients list in there. So you can talk to the person that brought you here if you want more information on that. But truly, it empowered me to realize like we need to start vocalizing more of those benefits because those are even more important. And once you address those root issues, if you do want to lose weight, the byproduct, like you said, is things like weight loss.
Yes.
That's huge. Okay. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Because people don't realize when your hormones are off balance, what the causes are is weight gain, is chronic fatigue, is adrenal fatigue, is dry skin, is anxiety, is depression. So it's like, let's get to the root first, not just have a pill for depression or a pill for this or a pill for that. Let's just get to the root of balancing the hormones first and see
Yeah.
if that will help address, right? So,
Yeah. So love that. I also got to talk because I know you love the drops are amazing, but you also love noni. And I think these two go so well together. But can you describe what noni is and what it does?
oh my gosh, I could talk all day about this one for sure because it is the most researched superfruit in the world. And it's been around for 25 years, Tahitian noni that we have exclusive rights to, right? And it's been around for decades. So the Tahitian people, they use this for chronic conditions, for healing their body. That's what they use. And I love that we can actually say that because there's research to back it up. Okay. And so this paired with the drops, oh my gosh. And when I read that it 10x's the absorption rate of whatever supplement you're taking, I'm like, sign me up. So anything I can do and flood my body with the most superior nutrition to prevent illness or chronic disease or whatever, sign me up. I mean, immune boost. My daughter takes it. She now craves it. She's 8 years old. And God knows they need the most immune boosting as a child, right? Going to those schools with crazy kids. So we give it to her. And I'm just, all about prevention. Kids need it too. So don't rob your kids. Kids need good nutrition too. And kids need prevention as well.
So key. Yeah, noni, just if you have like 10 minutes or if you're on the toilet or something and you want a fun read, just search up noni and you're going to be mind blown by the amount of science and articles and backing on it. It's like it's miraculous, literally. It's amazing. So you notice things like lowering inflammation, you notice things like boosting immune system, you notice things like what are benefits that you've seen or you've seen in some of your clients after taking noni?
For me, so like because of my issues with my legs, I've had neuropathy in my feet, tingling in my legs, and that is really helping with that for the pain to go away with that. And then the alertness that I feel, like I just feel like I'm alive when I take it. It's almost like my cells just like start sparkling or something. I just feel so alive when I take it, and I notice when I don't take it. So for me, it's more of the you could even say restless leg. And for me, when you battle with that every day, you don't realize how much pain you're in until it's going away or it's gone, right? And so that for me was a game changer right off the bat.
So big. How do you put a price tag on pain and tiredness and feeling better after that, right? Who here knows somebody that has some type of chronic pain, by the way? Put a me in the comments below if you do. It's a very big amount. And yeah, once you relieve that in a holistic way, incredible. And James put in the chat, other James put in the chat, if you want all the due diligence and research, go to noniresearch.org. You can find all the clinical trials and everything, but those are major. So Angel,
I want to touch on one more thing.
yeah, yeah,
I
please
want to
do.
touch on one more thing.
Yeah,
So they say inflammation is the silent killer. All inflammation in your body, right? That's the root. And so if noni goes to work on that, why would you not drink that, right? And so again, it's getting to the root of things so that you can prevent illness later on.
huge. I've heard a stat, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Is it that 80% of diseases are caused by inflammation, at least, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we get down that inflammation, everything else gets better. Heart disease, cancer, stroke, things. I'm not making medical claims, just saying these have been linked to inflammation. And if noni can help inflammation, who knows what's going to happen? So
Yeah.
huge. Man, Angel, you just inspired me because you are literally walking the talk, as I mentioned, from your story, but also now you're maintaining and you're still leading from the front on this. I love to ask for the person that's there thinking, I would love to be healthier, but I don't know, it costs a lot.
Mhm.
Or I'm not that bad right now. It's like, it's not too, I can wait. Like, what would you say to someone like that?
It's really hard because of what I've been through of like, don't wait. Like, because you never know what tomorrow brings, right? One of my really dear friends just was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, ugh, like, it's like, it hits me in the heart because that could be me too, right? And so I feel like your health is priceless. And so you're either going to pay for it now or you're going to pay for it later. And when I look at the price of what these drops are, I mean, for me, I'm speechless because I'm like, I'll pay that all day long to not have to battle with cancer or chronic disease or that going forward. And not saying that I would never get that if I take these drops. I'm not claiming that, but I'm just like, I'll do whatever it takes to prevent and be the healthiest version of myself. And that, I mean, you can't put a price tag on it. You just can't.
Mic drop right there. Angel, thank you so much for all of your wisdom. Everybody, put some love in the chat. Angel, we need to have you again. There's so many
Oh,
things we could dive into, like
yeah.
seriously. And I can't believe that we finally are cracking into your wisdom. Like,
Oh,
I, seriously, no, you've inspired me today. And thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. So, so appreciate you, Angel. Thank you.
honored.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh. Guys, as we're concluding this, get back with your friend that connected to this. If you want more information about the drops and whatever that it is, take Angel's message to heart. And even if you're on it, I love how she's now passing on to the next generation, to her 8-year-old daughter. You're never too young to start minding your health, right? As parents, as grandparents, as family members, it's up to us to lead from the front and show their communities, our families, or societies how to really actually live well. And you now have tools in your hand that can help that. Last thing I'd love to invite you back to is I'm sure many of you were on this. You're like, man, this is valuable information. People need to hear about this. Who here was already thinking about some names in your head and who might need the drops or who might need the noni, or like people need to learn this or who might need to hear this call, watch this replay, right? So if you're at all interested, we are in a mission right now where we are looking to partner with people that love helping people, that want to create more fun in their life, that want to create more flexibility in their life. And tomorrow night, same time, same place, welcome to all. We're going to have a superstar panel that's utilizing our simple system. I just got the phone with Angie. She's one of the fastest growing leaders in the entire company right now. Vern and Angela Ice, superstars, rising stars, and just crushing it. Come back on tomorrow, and you're going to hear exactly the back end on how this simple system is working to help the average person create above average results, both online and even in person, having a lot of fun. So if you'd like to be a part of that, come back tomorrow and let your friend know that brought you on to here. Other than that, everybody, thank you so much for your time today.